picking it from that vision 2030.
Okay.
But then it is also a heavy vision. You hear somebody saying, why are you finishing it? We can stay for 20 years. Is it the same Kenyans? Yeah. There are some of them asking, why are you doing all these things? We can finish it in 20 years.
You see,
meaning we shall go up to 2050.
Vision 2030 is an agenda for the country, right?
Yes.
And with that, then, one would just want to look at the progress. And the reason I'm talking about that is I've gone to the website itself, and it talks from 2009 and ends in 2017.
Yeah.
So in 2009, it is the launch of Vision 2030. 2009, it was transforming connectivity and transmission. 2010, the new constitution. 2011, governance and rule of law. In 2012, it was about Thika Superhighway when it was commissioned. You get to 2013, and it was all about infrastructure, where the oil jetty in Kisumu was commissioned, creating an alternative regional export. You get to that is 2017. That is the last time this website
was updated. Imagine.
And with that, then, this being a government project and Vision 2030 being carried by the government of Kenya, from where it is I'm seated, nothing continued since 2017 till 2026. Who do you blame for that? Who do you blame for not believing or trusting that the government of Kenya is implementing this?
No. That's why I'm saying I'm not blaming Kenyans. The same way you'll say is the same way they'll hear. But then it's up to now government to look at. I wish all of them who have been there, they have a delivery unit, isn't it? They needed to have put in everything that has happened within that vision. Because, remember, in that vision, now we finished, we went to Naivasha with the SGR, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's not even there. We have moved. We have done more roads. All the southern, the bypasses that were supposed have finished, isn't it? Those were the huge projects that they had. And then you go back to Dongokundu. Remember, you had to do now a road that you can use to go to the southern side of South Coast. Yes, all those things they should put so that Kenyans can see and tick the vision. That this vision in this page talked about, let's say, infrastructure. We were supposed to do this. What I know we have not done, they were supposed to go up to Malaba. They didn't do, isn't it? They were supposed to go up to Kisumu so that you open up the lake and the other regions. They didn't do. And I think they've gone, that's where we now sort of went down and find Tanzania coming up with their vision very well. Because now Tanzania has taken care of DRC, Rwanda can also work within them, and Burundi. And so all those things. And then there was the Lamu upset. I think half of it was done within the same vision. And you needed to have a road that goes where? To Isiolo, where they were supposed to now start building up a new city that comes up. Lamu is supposed to help us to tap into Ethiopia and Sudan. So I think there are many things that's why I was saying, then come back home. You see, these were huge mega projects that were supposed to open up Kenya for you to have better trade, isn't it? Now let's come back into our own internal, is what we need to ask ourselves. How do we help ourselves within the country and people to find themselves with food security? Because those are now good education. How do we bring up a better model for this education? And it was there. But you can see how everyone is grappled. We've grappled with CBE 10 years until we have our kids now in grade 10. 10 good years. Started with the late Makoha, came into Matiangi, came into Amina, and we have moved. But then we need to ask ourselves, before these kids do their first grade 12 or 13, something here must work around to make it better for them. And I'm hoping the sector of education is looking at it. That yes, because next year we close in 844, isn't it? We ask ourselves a few questions that we have young people who never finished school, who went through the 844 system. Is there a way, government? I know there's a way. I know even in my constituency, I have very many young women who are married but have gone back to sit for their exams. So what we do, we just bring in, what I'll say, you agree yourself, but there's a center where all of you are. And since last year, they've been sitting for those exams.
But what's wrong with doing those things now?
No,
because we're saying that by the time we get to grade 12, 13, I mean, there are 400,000 students.
Saying.
There are 400,000 students today who didn't go to school from January.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It is something we need to start monitoring before even they get to grade 13, so that system does not find itself again with so many young people, the way 844 of late find itself with so many young people who never finished. And they're there. They finished with someone Form 3. Some will tell you, I did Form 2. Now we are pushing them to do Form 4 because Form 4 is about to end. But government has to open up a space and say, we'll put up centers within the counties. If you want to go and do your exam since you never finished, go and have to go for at least 7 months. You are in a class somewhere, and then you do your exams just to have that certificate, because you'll not be able to do what the grade 10s are doing now. It's very different. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying it's good to monitor and audit as we move, so that we don't find ourselves in the same challenge. Yeah.
I mean, with that and the implementation of the same, and where we are today, where other things have not done, does then this government and other governments take the responsibility of having failed to implement Vision 2030? I'm not even getting to 2060. And with that in mind...
even 2060, pray to God you get to 2050. Yes, so leave it. But plan. Are you telling me you give birth to your children and you say, oh, since I'll not be with them, they will just stay like that?
So
No.
My question,
we cannot say that.
My question is, government takes responsibility of having failed to implement Vision 2030 is my question.
Well, they have been implementing. So I don't know what failure they will take. The failure they can only say is that, are we communicating what we are doing for Kenyans to know even this money we are borrowing is working, or what are we doing with it? That should be the question. And it's not just the government. We have focused so much. Why Baba gave us devolution is we get out of this focusing on national government and focus in our regions to develop our counties. But it seems like, the counties can do anything they want, even if they get 430 billion or whatever billion, is okay. No. I thought why China is developing is they went to the provinces. Their provinces go together. Ask yourself even today, even our counties, I wish they came up with even a vision and say, there can be some similarities in what we are doing because Kenya is one. And so, if I walk into Kisumu County, I can walk to Kisii and find something similar. Because in China, you will walk in all their... there's some similarities. Yes, some have developed more than there, but there's something, they go together. That people will not run away from your hospital and decide now to go to another hospital. That you're leaving now your hospital, you have a good referral hospital, but the governor just decided he's not dealing with it. So where will they go? They go to the next county for treatment. It's not right. It's not fair. And it's the same way. So for me, I will say, let us look at Kenya for us. Yes, President William came in. I didn't vote for him, but he came in. So what do I do with him? He's now the president. I work to ensure, in the small space I have, the people there will have something to say. There was importance of you being there at that time, at that season. He might be the bad one, the everything, but he's the president. Even in the Bible, we had the bad one, the everything. But they were there, they were leaders. For us as Kenya, when he leaves, how do we move on? It should be our question.
Okay.
Yeah.